Hello, Michael and Gara here with another episode of Coffee Talks. This is the show where we dive head first into all things health and wellness. We're chatting about the big topics surrounding training, nutrition, performance and lifestyle. So whether like Cara, you want to aspire to be an elite athlete, or like myself, you are an everyday athlete, we will guide you to better decisions and hopefully elevated performance. And with that said, let's go. We couldn't call this Coffee Talks and then not reference coffee somewhere in the episode. Every month we're going to tell you what we're drinking and why we think you should drink it too.
This month's featured coffee is from Process, a roaster based in Belfast, which we love. They say follow Process for your daily dose of rad brew guides, coffee expertise and entertainment.
Having just moved to England, it's really nice to bring a little piece of home with us. So head to process.coffee and check out their coffee, check out their merch and get involved.
The first thing we want to draw your attention to in this episode is that we have launched our very first digital product. First of many, hopefully. The big thing, the big exciting thing for you guys is that it is free.
Absolutely free.
Free. We're giving you knowledge and insight into what we eat on a regular basis for free. So our favourite meals.
Yeah.
We've called it mainstay meals, obviously because this is the mainstay movement, but we're going
because we lack creativity. No, I'm only joking.
And we love alliteration.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it is?
Mostly that.
Yeah. Alliteration.
Yeah.
So mainstay meals is now live. We've given you 7 of our best or most preferred meals that we consume on a weekly basis. All of the ingredients are there, step-by-step guides, and there's beautiful pictures of what it should look like. We'll also be releasing...
One thing on that.
Oh, what?
One thing on that. For the last couple of weeks, as we've been preparing this, mostly Cara's been doing this ebook, right? But every time dinner is ready, or has been ready in the evening, I've not been allowed to touch it. So my dinners for the last couple of weeks have been cold, and we hope you appreciate the aesthetic of that. So yeah.
With that then, we will probably feature a meal a week and give you a little bit of detail surrounding what the nutrition benefits are of each of the elements of the meal, and why you should consume it. So what are the macronutrients, micronutrients, why it's good for you. Okay, so yeah, we're super excited about that. Once again, just want to reiterate that it is free. So all you've got to do is give us your email and we'll send it out to you. So
to get that, wherever you're watching this right now, it's probably going to be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, possibly on my own LinkedIn. The link to that ebook will be there. Okay, so if you're on Instagram, go to the link in our bio. If you're on YouTube, it's going to be right below the video. So click on the link. It's really straightforward to download. It's free again, so why would you not do it? And if you love it, tell someone else to go and download it as well. And with that, let's get stuck into today's episode. Let's go with that. So this kind of follows on a little bit from our first episode of Coffee Talks, and basically in that first episode we did a bit of an intro into like what Coffee Talks are going to be about, what sort of kind of content you can expect in these. This is, I guess, kind of part 2 of that intro. So before we really dive into some of the kind of topics that we have lined up, we really wanted to just, I guess, solidify that foundation that we laid on the last show. And the big thing today that we want to talk about is the mainstay movement as a whole. And so nobody's asked us, but we're going to tell you anyway. Why mainstay? What's that all about? Yeah, so like the definition of it and kind of how that applies to everything we are going to do in the coffee talks and all the kind of content and stuff that we're going to put out. So yeah.
Yes, so by definition, mainstay means a person or thing which something else is based on or depends. So for us, we have our mainstays in our lives, which we'll go to in a minute, but I guess what we wanted to create was a movement that people build their life upon, which they are built on or depend upon, and we wanna be that through the knowledge and support that we provide. We want you to be, you know, dependent on that.
Yeah, and so that's the kind of thing with a movement is there's a direction to it, and it is kind of like it's focused and I guess community driven, or kind of like it involves community. So that's the big thing for us, is not just that like we provide you with like information or knowledge or any of these things and you kind of take it and keep it and, you know, do your own thing with it, but actually that you share it. So that's kind of the big thing. And so even as we're posting content, like give us feedback on it, give us, you know, if you try, if you download the ebook and you try these meals, like come back to us and tell us, you know, what you thought of them. Every night we sit down to dinner and my big thing is that's blooming class or that's blooming amazing or something. So like that's how I've thought about the meals that Cara's kind of come up with and stuff. So we hope that you will too. But I guess, that kind of definition of upon which something is based or depends is what we've really kind of focused what we want to do around. So how does that kind of look and feel, and like how does that actually take shape? So obviously the four things that we keep coming back to, training, nutrition, performance and lifestyle, those are the four kind of, I guess, mainstays. And so when we think about training, a lot of the time, like, you know, people think that you got to be doing loads, you got to be doing more and all that sort of thing. But one of the things that Cara keeps saying is more isn't better, better is better. And so what we want to do is we want to provide you with like the tools and the programs and sessions that you can kind of base your training around, that, you know, without them you don't improve, right? So like those are the mainstay things, like simplifying your program so you're not just doing more for the sake of doing more, because I think that's one of the things, like certainly when you're young in your training, and when you maybe haven't like got a load of education in training, like you just think more is the best thing. But actually it's not always about sets and reps, but it's about the intent in which you train with, the intent in which you move. And so like, you know, one of our programs that we have out is the in-season program for footballers, and you know, those sessions you can get through them in like 35 or 40 minutes, and it's not because there isn't like loads to do, but it's not because we're being lazy and not programming more. You're literally doing the most important stuff. You know, you're doing the best stuff as opposed to doing loads of whatever. So when it comes to training, that's kind of the line we're going down. You want to chat a little bit about nutrition? Yeah, and similar with nutrition, you know, again, we want to bring it kind of back to basics, and simplify it as much as possible. I think everybody can get bogged down in the details and trying to get more and more and more information about, you know, how do I lose weight or how do I gain muscle, and, you know, trying to overwhelm yourself. But I think really what we want to do is strip it back to the basics, and the pillars of nutrition, and that be your mainstay. And I guess at the core, we want those two things to be the things upon which people depend. You know, you depend on training and you depend on your good nutrition, and those are the things then that feed into your performance and your improved lifestyle. So those are two mainstays which we want everybody to base their lives on, no matter who they are, age, what you do for work,
you know, wherever you're at in your life, and what your aspirations and goals might be, for those two things are a mainstay for everybody, we believe.
Yeah, 100%. And kind of I guess to even take that a step further is, like, while they're a mainstay, the application of those will look different for each person. And so, like, Cara obviously being a professional footballer is going to train in a certain way, and me being an everyday athlete with, you know, like, I don't have a sport that I compete in, or I don't have, you know, necessarily like a big massive goal that I'm aiming for. For me, it's, you know, it's about how can I just be better every single day. And yeah, I guess.
But I guess that's my goal too. Is how can I be better every single day? You know, but it'll look different. The application will look different. Yeah,
massive. So I guess training and nutrition are two of the pillars, and those lead to elevated performance, elevated lifestyle as well. And so hopefully that gives you a little bit more of an insight into I guess the mainstay movement. You already know what Coffee Talks are all about, and with that, I think that's probably enough.
That's a wrap.
Nice.
See you in the next one.
See ya.